Know your path, be the master. Indra coming back at you with another video. And let me get some nines in the chat box if y'all can hear me. Yeah, let me get some nines in the chat box if y'all can hear me. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Also, for all the returning subscribers, I'd like to welcome you back. Love coming on here and doing these lives. I told y'all once since I've been back, I was gonna do a lot more lives. So appreciate the energy for coming through. Makes it a lot more easy to do if I'm talking to people. You feel me? So we don't get into some things. We don't get into some things. I don't want to take my time with you to share with you what I have to, what's coming through. So I can be heard. Sweet, sweet. Thank you, Shanika. Got my moderator in the building. And shout out to everybody that's watching this joint live. Shout out to Janae, my other moderator. And for my mods, make sure to drop your information in the chat box. All right. So like I said, I'm going to take my time with y'all. For those watching on the playback, just know I'm going to have everything laid out in the first half an hour. So that's what's going down. All right. So let me start out like this, yo. Two main reasons why I wanted to do this live today. Two main reasons. One is, y'all know I'm big on doing as you will. This is your thing. If you're your own master, you do whatever the hell you want to, as long as you're not hurting anybody. And with that, a lot of people are going to tell you you need to celebrate this way, or that this season should be based on this. And I'm here to share with you that you can do whatever you want with the energy. You're talking about energy and symbolism, and you can do with it whatever you want to. Like I shared with y'all in the last live, we tell our children happy solstice. The winter solstice is their quote unquote Christmas. Like I also told you, we don't refuse to give our children gifts. They get gifts, but they open it on the 21st. And a lot of times when you get conscious and enlightened and into the spirituality, a lot of people have a tendency to be like, you know what? I'm doing away with all that. A perfect example is like stories dealing with religion, specifically Christianity. Once you get conscious, you be like, you know what? Jesus ain't real, which in my opinion, he's not. But in the book is not the literal word of God. But to sit here and dismiss all the stories, all the allegorical lessons that's infused within the Bible, you know, a person with any kind of wisdom can see that there still is knowledge that you can use. Case in point, like Proverbs and stuff like that. There's some jewels in there. So to say like I'm gonna dismiss everything, you know, you have the right to do so. But as a true occultist, as someone who is wide open to a bunch of myriad of different information, you could take stuff just from the Bible. You can take information or wisdom from anywhere. So don't let people make you feel like you have to do things a certain way. That's why I want to be very clear. We give our kids gifts on the solstice, and we call it winter solstice, happy solstice. In fact, the children be like, you know, I can't wait till the solstice. I can't wait to get my gifts for the solstice. So you do whatever you feel like you need to do. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to come on here, to give yourself permission to do whatever you want to do as far as celebrating. Also, I want to give you my interpretation of the energy. I don't believe, as far as I know, since I've been on the planet and teaching on YouTube and put myself out there, that I've ever told y'all my definition or the way I would interpret the symbolism of Christmas and the winter solstice. So I want to lay it out on this video. So I got, you know, this a treat for real, for real. I'm going to give you a way to tap into the energy and also give you permission for you to do this however you want to. You feel me? So that's the way it's going down. So first off, the winter solstice is called solstice. Solstice. So means sun and stis means still. So it's talking about a phenomenon in the sky where the sun seemingly seems still. And it's also called the longest night of the year. Why is winter solstice the longest night of the year? Like, think about that. Also, think about this too. And I'm going to throw some things out there. You may have thought about it. it came to my consciousness, so I know I'm not the only person that's thought about it. In fact, if you look it up, it's probably gonna be a bunch of information that I'm sharing that you can look up, but just know that I didn't go and Google and stuff or like that. Because me personally, when I'm dealing with symbolism, I don't want other people's opinion. In fact, if you're a person where you feel like very secure in your mastery, very secure on your path, you may not even want to watch this video. 'Cause I might put something in your mind that you do not want to hear. So I would suggest that you don't listen to the video if you already have your way of celebrating the solstice, or you have your own views, or you're a Christian or something, or you have a faith-based system that's doing it a certain way. I wouldn't watch this video. But if you want my interpretation, I'm gonna give it to you. But when you look at the symbolism around solstice, the holy day that most people celebrate, especially in the West, and I'm going to speak from a person that lives in the West. I'm from the Ohio, OH10. Shout out to everybody in Ohio. I've seen a couple people put that in the chat box. I see Lima, Ohio in the building. You feel me? So Ohio is definitely, we heavy in here, as far as I can tell. There's a few people in here from Ohio. But most people celebrate Christmas. And what is the big figurehead when it deals with Christmas? What's the big figurehead when it deals with Christmas, y'all? Santa Claus. Santa Claus. And when you look at the word Santa Claus and look at the word Santa, when you mix Santa up, what do you get? Satan. Santa equals Satan. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, like I said, don't watch the video. I'm an occultist. So I'm going to look at things beneath the surface. So Santa, you can say that is Satan. And when you look at what were they celebrating prior to Christmas? What were they celebrating prior to Christmas? The main festival in Europe that they celebrated and participated in was called Saturnalia. Saturnalia. I'll put that in the chat box. So Saturnalia. And if you know anything about astrology, Saturnalia, the planet Saturn rules Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn has the horns. You feel me? There's a reason why Capricorn season is right after the holy day. I'm in a Western astrology. I'm a Capricorn because I was born January 4th. My birthday is like, what, 14 days or something like that. So Saturn represents Satan symbology in a symbolic way, and Saturn is associated with Santa. So when you look at Saturnalia, the festival that was going on, because what they did, let me rewind. I might be all over the place because I don't have any notes. I'm just speaking freely. When you look at why did they have a festival called Saturnalia? Is because the Christians in the early, the church people around the time, they already knew that many people were dealing with the winter solstice. Many people were connected with many deities, and depending on where they were, there were already festivals and things going on. So what they did was created a festival or something that would appeal to the so-called pagans. The word pagan it only denotes that the people worship things before monotheistic religion. So when you hear the word pagan, you're just talking about a people before Abrahamic religion or Christianity as we know it. So the reason why they brought Saturnalia, it was a way of meeting people where they were. They're already dealing with the heavens. They're already dealing with the solstice. So let's give them something they can do that goes in line with what we want them to do. And when you look up Saturnalia, I'm sure you can probably still find this information. But when you look up Saturnalia, it was a time where people that was high and mighty, like your kings and queens, and people that were not kings and queens, but people that were held in high regard of the upper echelon of society, if you would, they did a complete role reversal. So what it was the slaves, the quote unquote slaves, or the people that were low in the society or the caste system, if you want to look at it like that, they would do a role reverser where the people on top would be at the bottom and the people on the bottom would be up top. So imagine people in the higher classes, the higher income brackets, making themselves seem like they were slaves. So they went and they did a role reversals. They would come dressed up as a slave or dressed up as a lowly person, and they exchanged gifts. And it said at that time that these men that were married, they would sleep and have orgies with other men. So imagine a man leaving his family, going to a festival dressed up as something and engaging in homosexual activity. Once again, I'm not saying homosexuality is right or wrong. I'm just telling you the history. And I have to use all these disclosures because I know people get out there, hook up. Everyone has a trigger. So you just hear homosexuality, you assume that someone is speaking negatively. I can care less about race, color, creed, orientation, and all of that. But what I'm saying, what I'm showing you is painting a picture of a festival that converted over to a holy day that you willingly participate in. And that's fine if you do. I'm just saying it's rooted in something. This is something you can look up. Saturnalia predated Christianity or Christ Mass. So Saturnalia, it is what it is. They exchange gifts, and a lot of married men had sexual orientations, homosexual orgies or whatever. So what does that have to do with 2021? What does it have to do now? Now, most people celebrate, they get together with their family. They don't participate in an orgy, I'm assuming, with your family, but you do gift exchanges. And we know that the way Christmas is nowadays is mad commercialized. You feel me? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that Christmas, the way it is now, is mad commercialized. So a lot of people, when you get into spirituality, you become less attached to material things. I'm not saying that we don't need nice items and houses and cars and stuff. Like, I'm not saying that, but we put things in its perspective. Just because you run around in a Mercedes or something like that doesn't mean that your whole identity is attached to that item. Because we know, based off Buddhist teaching and other teachings, that attachments cause suffering. If you're married to a certain item and you lose it and it causes you suffering, that means you were too attached to it. You feel me? Like it was a point before I started being 100% sovereign. You know, we stayed in a four bedroom, like 4 or 5 bathrooms or something, like a baby mansion. And when I knew that working wasn't in my cards, I didn't want to drive a truck for the rest of my life. I made a conscious decision to give that up in order to not be working for the man, quote unquote, for the rest of my life, in order to be sovereign. It was an easy decision. But if I was married and attached to material items, it would have been mad difficult to give up what people would consider a dream house. I have no regrets. It's only material. And once you become spiritual, in my opinion, you should be above the attachment to material items. So when people get into the spirituality, the spiritual path, we'll look and be like, you know what? You know, Christmas isn't something that meshes with our spirit all the way. So one of the ways that you can tap into this energy, as opposed to just giving away material, going and breaking a bank and copping stuff for adults that hell they don't even need, find a way to give away your gift. What I mean by that is you have 3 main spiritual gifts: teaching, healing, and counseling. Teaching, healing, and counseling. Teachers are people that disseminate information. They research, they gain wisdom, and they share that wisdom. We know what teachers are. They guide us and help us deal with things. They help us become more informed. A healer, in my definition, is anyone who helps lessen suffering. So think of a crystal healer. Think of a Reiki master. Think of a poet. If a person that knows poetry delivers a poem, they're healing you because they're lessening your suffering. You feel better when you hear a nice poem. Same with songs and people that are creative. So a healer is anyone who lessens suffering. A counselor is anybody that helps somebody one-on-one deal with life issues. So think tarot readers, psychic intuitives, mediums, and stuff like that. Anybody who works with someone one-on-one, helping them deal with life issues. Pardon me, y'all. I'm still getting over my cold. If you're a person where you have a lot of people contacting you and they're always picking your brain and need help with something, more than likely you're a natural born counselor. So a counselor, healer, teacher, those are the three main spiritual gifts. So instead of finding a way to package up material items, which you can still do that, but I'm teaching you how to tap into the energy of the solstice. Another thing you can do is just give away your spiritual gift. In fact, tomorrow, more than likely, I'm gonna do another live when I come on here and just answer questions and stuff like that. Just be of service to humanity, my YouTube community. Just come on here and just help y'all out. Just give some jewels, answer some questions and stuff like that. I may do that on the solstice in order to show y'all, show and prove that that's an easy way to tap into that energy of giving, really giving. If you're given just physical items around this day and time, knowing what you know, knowing that spirituality means beyond the physical, then you may be missing a point, in my opinion. So find a way to give something that you don't have to go to the store and buy. Find a way to give yourself away. And you do that by sharing your spiritual gifts with humanity. Another thing that you can do, let me see where I want to go with this at. Because we're dealing with darkness, and let's just call it what it is. The solstice is the darkest, the darkest night of the year. The sun stands still, and it's the darkest night of the year. So that lets you know that it's a dark energy going on. And I'm gonna ask the people, shout out to all 100 and something y'all here in the chat box right now. How many people have had heightened dreams over this past week? Like, just let me know. How many people have had heightened levels of dreams in this past week? Just put me in the chat. If your dreams have been off the ringer this week, put me. This isn't premeditated. I'm asking you a rhetorical question because I already know that your dreams have been heightened. Why is that? Why is that? Once again, we're dealing with symbolism, and as our own masters, we're finding a way to tap into this symbolism, to tap into this energy. So I'm getting me. A lot of people putting their me's in there. If you're watching this playback, if you're watching this before December 21st, I'm sure that your dreams have been heightened. Also, your intuition. So why is this? Why is this? Everybody's focused on the light. But in order to gain light, you have to go to the darkness. So once again, tap into your dark energy. What is your dark energy? It is the unknown. This is the unknown aspect of yourself. And this is the part I might lose people. You feel me? And that's okay. I'm just speaking freely. When you tap into the dark, that's the parts of you that you don't want everybody to see. Why do you think you have nightmares? Why do you think in your dreams you have unsavory things? Why do you think you have situations in your dreams that you don't want to think about or talk about? We call them nightmares. It's because your soul has to show you things in your dream because you don't deal with it in your waking life. Let me give you an example. I remember this very vividly. I'm just going to use a personal example because I think it'd be better. Like there was a time in I want to say this was probably maybe 10 years ago or so. Like I tell you, I'm not really good with linear time, but it might have been 10 years ago or something like that. I had a period where I was just overeating hard body. That's one of my life lessons. I've always, for the most part of my life, I've always had to monitor my eating because I can overeat if I allow myself to do so. So when I was doing I was doing it unconsciously. And I had this dream where in one setting I was eating. I forget what it was, but I was at a smorgasbord just eating hard body. Then I went to another scene or another house. I was just eating again. Then there was another situation, another setting, and I was eating. And I woke up and I was like, God, dog, man, what the hell? And what it told me was, you're overeating. You're overeating in real life. So my dream was showing me something that I was doing unconsciously. So what your dreams do, it shows you things that you may need to focus on in your waking life that you're not prioritizing. At the time, using that example, I wasn't prioritizing on my eating healthy. So my dream, my soul was telling me, yo, you need to chill out. So after that dream, after I woke up and decoded it, I realized, okay, yo, I'm overeating. Let me chill out. So I share that to say, there are dreams that you're having, recurring dreams or certain things about your dreams because you're not dealing with it. It can be some sort of anxiety. It can be people in your life that you know you need to cut ties with. It could be situations where you need to step up to the plate or stand up for yourself. I don't know what your issue is, but you're having dreams that's kind of nudging and telling you, hey, yo, pay attention to this. You feel me? So the reason we have dreams like that is because we're not dealing with it in our waking life. Trust me when I tell you, the things you have mastered, you're not going to have nightmares about. You're only going to have nightmares and negative dreams of the things that you know you need to deal with. You feel me? So when I say deal with the dark, I mean deal with the dark aspects of yourself that you are not proud of. These are the things you're not going to go and tell people about. These are the things you're not going to post on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube videos about. You're not going to brag about them. You know, for other words, people call them your shadow work. And shout out to my accelerators. That will be the next master class. We're going in on mastering the shadow work. Spiritualaccelerator.com. If you're not part of my program, the community, definitely want to check that out. But shadow work, that's where that word comes from, is you dealing with the darker aspects of yourself. It's the stuff that's the way you truly grow. You ever seen a person that calls himself spiritual or calls himself enlightened, but yet they're still dealing with that dark stuff? They still have anger issues, jealousy, guilt, violence. They have all these secular issues, but yet they're considered spiritual. It's because they haven't dealt with the dark parts of themselves. Once again, the easiest way I can describe it to you is the dark or the shadow or the parts of yourself that you don't tell everybody about. You don't brag about it. You don't want to highlight it. It hurts to think about the dark aspects of yourself. So what the solstice represents to me is an opportunity to go into those dark aspects of yourself. Why do you think your dreams are showing you this? If you don't recall your dreams, you may want to meditate more. That's another dark energy. You go into the darkness and come out with light. That's what meditation is in a nutshell. You're going into the darkness of yourself and you're extrapolating light and coming out with more information, becoming more enlightened by going in your dark. So that's another thing I recommend is just go into your darkness, yo. However that looks at for you, doing dream work or doing meditation, but just dealing with the dark aspects of yourself. All right. So that's another thing that you can do. Okay. Another thing, and let me give y'all another one. When you look at it, December 25th is considered the birth of Christ when you look at it from a Christian standpoint. So what does the energy of Jesus represent? The energy of Jesus represent on an astrological level, it represents the 13th sign or the sun. So the analogy is once you master the 12 disciplines, Cancer, Taurus, Capricorn, Leo, all those different houses, the 12 houses. Once you master all those disciplines or all those classes, that's why you have 12 classes, first through 12th grade or whatever. Once you have that or master those disciplines, disciples equals disciplines, you become the 13 signs or the Christos or the Christ figure or Jesus. So another thing you can do is look at all your life lessons in its totality. Now, you may not be able to solve every issue you have in life, but similar to your darkness, you all have different lessons that you came here to learn. One of mine is patience. That's one of the things I had to master or learn in this lifetime. You know, at this point, I'm probably more patient than most people because I have consciously worked on it. So my point is, start to work on your life lessons, whatever lessons you have. focus on that. And more so than focus on it, make a plan of action in order to get over it. That's how you become the 13th sign, by mastering all your life lessons. So another thing I recommend, really sit down and write down your life lessons. All right. So give me 1 second, y'all. Yo, my bad. I'm mad congested, yo. Mad congested. All right, so where was I at? Dealing with your life lessons. And yeah, dealing with your life lessons. Well, what I recommend is that you really look at, what did you come here to learn? What did you come here to learn? Like I said, it could be patience, it could be greed. Look at the deadly venom, or deadly sins, 7 deadly sins. Those are usually lessons that humans have to learn. So it's going to differ for everybody, but really evaluate what you came here to learn. And here's another thing too. And once again, I might be all over the place, but a lot of people say this is a time to tap into manifestation and abundance. And keep it all the way tall, y'all. Everybody says that. No matter what energy is going on the planet, people will tell you this is a time for abundance and manifestation. So if that's the way you feel, then by all means do that. But when you look at the symbolism of the solstice and the symbolism of this time, it's really not, I don't believe it's conducive for doing that. But if that's how you feel, then by all means do that. But if you want to look at it, I believe it's more of a chance to manifest your gift, going back to what I said, teaching, healing, and counseling. So instead of manifesting physical things, manifest intangible things, energy things, enlightenment, love, gratitude, things that you can't physically touch. That's what I personally will focus on. You feel me? So those are 3 things I recommend that you do. Work on giving away your spiritual gift. Work on the darkness and within you, those shadow parts, if you want to call it like that. Work on learning your life lessons. And if you want to bring something forward, bring something spiritual to the forefront. That's love, gratitude, and stuff like that. All right. So what's that? 32 minutes. I'm pretty sure we got that joint in 30 minutes. You feel me? So that's what it is. So do I have any questions? Do we have any questions? Then I used to teach about prosperity before. I don't know what that question means, yo. When did I switch what up? We got a troll. Welcome to the troll. Yeah, I'm mad sick, yo. I ended up getting sick on the same day I started a fast. Well, I did a 3-day fast, y'all, by the way. So I'm mad congested, yo. Mad congested. In fact, give me 1 more second, yo. Just any kind of gifts, yo. Any kind of gifts a child will want. But put some question marks before the question. I'll be right back. All right, my bad, y'all. Pardon self. Oh, shoot. Well, I think about dollars and rods. I don't have any thoughts on that. Any tool, yo, is to be used by whoever feels like it. Excuse me. Just like some people tell you, don't use a certain crystal. Some people trip off of modivite. You feel me? Just a tool. Any tool can be used as it is. So if you find a tool that resonates with you, by all means, use it. How do you deal with others making you upset? If someone makes you upset, you're giving them too much power. Anybody, if somebody can say something to you or do something to you and upset you and mess you up, you've given them too much power. You know, I brag all the time on here that nobody on here, you know, I love all you, but you can't ruin my day. There's nothing you can tell me in this chat that's going to be like, oh my God, that ruined my day. Nothing, literally nothing you can say. But like I said, if you come to my house and make a threat, that's going to be a different energy. So if somebody upsets you, you're giving them way too much power, yo, way too much. Can you gift me on my born day? Absolutely. SLE Myers is my Snapchat, or not my Snapchat, my Cash App. What do you call it? SLE Myers. How do you let go of negative feelings? This is a whole nother video in itself, but you know how people would tell you don't have negative thoughts and replace your negative thoughts with a positive thought. In my opinion, that's the stupidest thing in the world, yo. If you're very depressed, like what is just thinking positive going to do? I'm a person that believes that you need to get to the root of the issue. So why are you having these negative thoughts? Where did it come from? Usually your negative thoughts that you can deal with stem from your childhood. It's either mommy or daddy issues or something dealing with your childhood. So kind of ascertain where those negative thoughts have their root from and make sense of that. I would attack it that way. So in order to release something, you have to know why the hell it's there in the first place. So my recommendation, because that's something that has a lot of different wrinkles to it. So I don't want to make a blanket statement, but what I would say is find out the root of your negative thought, quote unquote negative thought. On the true part of reality, there is no negative thought or positive thought. You know, that's a whole nother lesson in itself. But I would find out what is the root of the so-called negative thought and try to take it from that way. I really don't do any syrup or medicine or nothing like that. I believe in allowing your immune system to deal with it. Just the same way I wouldn't get a vaccine. I wouldn't do none of that. I believe in having a natural immune system. Like I said, when I did a juice fast, like I get a cold maybe once every 3 years. I literally can't remember the last time I had a cold. You feel me? Because I don't take medicine and just mask things with just, oh, just let me take something or whatever. I'm not saying elderberry or anything like that. Those are natural herbs. I'm just saying me personally, the way I operate and live my life is I take very little things in order for, I believe in allowing your immune system and your system to get rid of stuff. Let me just put it like that. I'm not sure about the Gemini zodiac. Every sign represents an animal. Every sign has different correspondences. And to be honest, I haven't studied astrology in a long time. I still use it sparingly during consultations, but I haven't studied astrology in a very long time. The way I looked at it, and this is once again, I'm just speaking for me. The way I look at it, all the divination systems, numerology, astrology, tarot, all those systems are limiting as far as you can become too attached to it. And what I mean by that is, and I know if you're attached, you'll say things like, this is a good example. The Mercury is in retrograde. I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. And I'm not saying Mercury's not in retrograde. I'm not saying Mercury doesn't affect communicate. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying for me, being the I self law and master, me living my life the way I live as a sovereign being, I'm not going to let a planet or anything prevent me from doing something. And like I told y'all, I put out the 4th Soul Glow retreat during the Mercury retrograde. And it sold out, I want to say, in a few days. 90% of it sold out with very little promotion and marketing. So I said that to say, I don't buy into none of that bull crap. And I don't follow any divination as far as I'm going to do this today because Mercury is conjunctive with Saturn. And, Once again, if that's how you move, by all means do that. Me personally, I don't move that way. But I know successful astrologers who that's how they move. So once again, you have to find what works for you. Me following planets and following deities and following anybody's advice does not work for me. I follow myself. And this is someone I still have my altar. I still give offerings on a regular basis. But what I told y'all, I don't bow down and look at anything above me. I work in conjunction with. When I'm giving the offering, it's like me giving the offering to a higher aspect of myself. Tahuti is a higher aspect of me that I'm connected to. He's not outside of me. I am him and he is I. So it's just a whole different energy. Like I said, I don't expect most people to resonate with that. Because most people, let's keep it a buck, yo. Most people are sheep. Most people want to be told what to do. Most people need a job. Most people need a boss. Most people need a partner to tell them what they do. There's some men right now that's older than me that can't do anything unless they get their wife's permission. Once again, that's how you live and that's how you move. Do you? I don't move that way. I believe every being on the planet is a sovereign being and should move however the hell they want to move, as long as they're not hurting anyone. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and cheat on your wife and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. You feel me? What I'm saying is, whatever, yo. Like I said, most people need somebody to follow. I'm not that person. In fact, that's why I don't promote people following me. I promote people following themselves. All teachers are supposed to lead you to the teacher within you. So if I say something that don't resonate with you, just, hey, yo, that don't resonate with me now. I can't tell you how many things that when I first heard it, I was like, that didn't resonate with me. But now if I hear it, I'm like, God, dude was dropping some heat, or the sisters were dropping some heat. Because only thing you're dealing with is your current level of consciousness. That's why I can say something and somebody say, yo, that resonated with me. It resonated because we're on a similar frequency. That's what resonance is. In order for something to resonate, it has to be on a certain vibration or frequency. That's why I can't teach you anything. My ego is not huge. I can't teach you a damn thing. Even if I tell you something and you never thought of it that way, I'm not teaching you nothing, because everything I know, you also know. Everything that there's nothing new under the sun. I can't show you anything new. I can only help you remember that which you forgot. Remember, when you come into the body, you catch amnesia. You forget all the stuff that you knew. But there's nothing new under the sun. I would never poo-poo on y'all's spiritual maturity by saying I'm teaching you something or schooling you in a certain way. That'd be my ego. Everything you need is within you. Absolutely. Saran, what up? What up? Love me some Saran. BJ, what's up, BJ? I see you in the building. Shundi or Chundi, my bad. I know you send me a bunch of emails. I do read everybody. Yo, the emails, I get so many people every day, yo, telling me how the emails are helping them. I read all the emails, the replies that I get, yo. Hey, what up, Lady T? I see you. Peace to the gods, man. And once again, when I say gods, I gotta keep explaining things. I don't know if it's your first time hearing me. When I say peace to the gods, I mean everyone. I don't see God as a gender specific. When I say God, it's like saying mankind. Because once again, God is not his name or the universe's name. The best word we can use, in my opinion, to describe the most high or the universe is the all, because you're talking about everything in its totality, or the one. You feel me? But God is a human term to denote something that's superhuman. I don't believe any of y'all are just human. Your job as a human is to realize that you're more than a human. You feel me? Don't let that go over your head. Any other questions, yo? Any other question? Like I said, I'm probably gonna come on here tomorrow too, man. Just chop it up with y'all, just be of service. Just having a monitor. I got a stop position open, a swing trade, so I'm just monitoring it right now. What up? Shout out to all 160 of y'all in here. What's good? What's good? Why did I change my name? If you're on my email list, you would have seen that. Go to indraali.com and click on blog. My website, I'm probably going to announce that it's up probably tomorrow. But if y'all want to go holler at it, go to indraali.com and click on blog. And there's one post on there saying, why did I change my name? It's really not that serious. It has nothing to do with anybody. It has to do with me. Let me keep all the way a buck, yo. I think cats that change their name, I think it's mad corny. For real, for real. I didn't want to change my name. I think it's corny to be a grown man and be like, you know what? I'm changing my name. To me, that's corny. So to let you know that I did it is a bigger reason beyond just me as a physical being. That's why I tell y'all about that. But it has nothing to do with anybody. It has to do with me and the energy that I represent. But for real, I think changing your name is dumb corny. Like I said, I'm an 80s baby. I come from a different code. There's certain, just like this whole internet thing, like cats will be typing all caps. That's weird to me, yo. I come from an era, if you had a problem, you see somebody in the flesh. You feel me? I tell you all the time, I had somebody from my city that I know on a personal basis piping up online, talking about me subliminally online. So instead of me going on there and typing, I call dude up like, hey, yo, what's the deal? You know what I'm saying? That's the era I come from. I don't come from that weird era. And I'm not saying y'all are weird, but it's weird to me. You feel me? Some of the way people move nowadays is weird to me. You feel me? But once again, if you don't feel that way, pay me no mind. You just know what I'm saying? So Red, come see me, yo. Like, once again, I was considered a spiritual teacher. Had nothing to do with that. I wanted to make sure this dude didn't have a problem because I'm going to have to see you eventually anyway. You're casting subliminals online. I'm just cut to the chase. You got a problem with me? We need to hash this out now as men, not go back and forth on the internet or back and forth on the net like Wimbledon. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't move that way. Once again, changing my name, I thought that was corny for real. Just to let you know how serious it was for me to do it. I had to go back and forth for probably like a month. I really didn't want to do it. Hey, yo, Francis, I'm gonna tell you like this. The simplest way to overcome your fear is by facing it. I don't want to get deep into some metaphysics and the occult. Just the simplest way to deal with fears is facing it. You facing enough, eventually that fear will subside. You know what I'm talking about. For my accelerators, the Mastering Fear was the last master class. You can definitely check that out under the webcast. But yeah, fears. I'll tell you this: most fears that you have are past life related as well. But the easiest way to get over fears is by facing it. I ain't even gonna confuse you. Just face your fear as much as possible. Yeah, we don't go back and forth over the net like Wimbledon. You feel me? That's not my. Why you think you can go? I've been on YouTube, yo, for like, I want to say it's probably been damn near 10 of them. You will never see me going back and forth in the comments. You can go to any of my social media. You will never see me all caps going attacking somebody. That's corny to me, yo. That's mad corny. Back in the day, we called it teletuffies. Cats that pipe up on the phone and pipe up offline, but they wouldn't even hurt a fly in real life. That's corny. I'm not from that. I'm from an era where it paid to be real. You know what I'm talking about? So all that fakeness, that's not really from my generation. Once again, I'm not calling everyone fake. I'm just saying the way I move and conduct myself. Yeah, that's the thing too. If you have a fear, you ain't got to deal with it. You ain't got to deal with it. You don't have to get on a plane if you're scared to get on the plane. You know what I'm talking about? But if you have to go cross country, it might take you longer. Yeah, somebody say I just changed my name too. Everybody was looking at me sideways at first. I know cat. And here's another thing too, man. In all my years of being on YouTube, my subscriber count has always gone up. I'm not saying I'm dropping any new information or people should be subscribed. I'm just saying, I'm just telling y'all the history of my channel. My YouTube subscription is always going up. For one thing, I'm not big into the analytics and be like, okay, how many views this get or whatever. It's a certain app I go into where it's just going to tell me my subscribers. And I realized after I changed my name, my subscriber joint was going down. It was going down rapidly. And what my spirit told me was people thought they were probably subscribed to a whole different channel. In fact, I had somebody leave a comment saying that they didn't think it was me. You feel me? So changing your name doesn't have its benefits as far as what I'm doing. It's literally, I have nothing to gain as far as from humanity for changing my name. Once again, it has just to do with me. Has nothing to do with anyone else. But if you really want to know, indrali.com, click on blog. It's really not that serious though. Oh, you born on 11/11? Damn, that's crazy. That's dope, yo. That's dope. Don't think about it. Be about it, Francis. Go over there, check it out. That's the thing at the first of the year. Based on, here's the thing, y'all. And I've been on YouTube. I try to make myself available on these things, but to be honest, I can't spend all day in emails just answering questions. I can't be all day on YouTube answering. If I just answer questions, I wouldn't be able to live my life. So what I did was I created a platform, a community where I can allow myself to be accessible. Like you talk to my accelerator members, we do 4 webcasts a month. Every month we have 4 different webcasts that are at least 2 hours. So 8 hours a month, you can interact with me in real time for a very low fee. So that's the reason why I created the accelerator. So if you feel like you need someone or you want some guidance or something like that, that's where I suggest that you go. And in fact, hopefully more spiritual teachers, leaders, mentors, and guides would do the same thing, because everybody don't have X amount of hundreds to set up a consultation with me. But I'm assuming that for the price of the membership, you have that. But because the membership has at this point thousands of hours worth of exclusive content, I'm raising the price after the first of the year. It's not going to be nothing crazy, but it's due for a price increase. Why do you think all these places are charging or giving you, back in the day, if you made $10 an hour as a teenager, you was balling. You feel me? Now places are starting you out at 20 something an hour. It's because inflation's through the roof. Inflation is crazy nowadays. You feel me? So with that, I'm raising the price of the accelerator because everything else is going up. You know what I'm talking about? It's just the way it is. That's the parts of living in a capitalist society. And I'm not one of those people to cry and complain like, oh, gas is so much and food is so much. Okay, well, stop using gas and stop eating. What are you going to do? You're not going to stop using gas. You're not going to stop eating. You feel me? Spiritualaccelerator.com, yo. That's where you can work with me. That's my flagship program. That's the best way to, if you resonate with my energy, you want to join a community of like-minded people, that's what I would do. This goddamn, this administration, this economy, they got this stock market all crazy. Omicron, they could just, and for those who follow the stock market, y'all know what it is, man. They can put one story out and it just messes up everything. You feel me? Yo, shout out to people sending the donations as well. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I say you don't have to donate, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to share. I don't ask y'all to do any of that stuff. But if you want to, obviously do. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I think that's, for what I do, I consider myself a true spiritualist and a true spiritual teacher, guide, even though I really don't like that title, those words, but it just explains what I do. I teach people how to grow spiritually. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't think it'd be very egoic for me to be like, you know what, send me a donation and you need to share my video and like my video. That seems egoic. To me, that seems weird. Once again, if that's how you move, that's how you move. But to me, that seems weird. You do whatever you want to. If you want to like it, like the video. If you want to share it, share. If you want to donate, donate. Not trying to be funny. I'm going to be taken care of from the universe as long as I do what's in my heart. You feel me? I noticed that y'all want a real cheat code. I noticed that a long time ago when I was when the universe showed me the lesson of what do you call it, reciprocity. Um when me being a naturally, when growing up, I was naturally selfish and stuff like that. I wasn't kind of person where I would just give you the shirt off my back. That's just how I wasn't like that. But once I got spiritual, once my heart started to open more, that heart chakra started to open more, I found myself wanting to donate and just give to people. And I remember vividly, I don't remember who I gave to, but it might have been someone homeless or something like that. And I remember just giving away something. And I remember quickly, whatever I gave, I received back times 10. So imagine me giving somebody $10. I'm just using an example. Imagine me giving away $10. I was blessed with $100, you know? And I noticed this, I want to say the first 5 times I consciously just gave. And it was just me giving, not me giving to receive, but just giving. And the universe just blessed me back. And what it told me real quick was like, okay, when you give from the heart, the universe just gives back to you. Think about, or put it like this, think about a person who goes out of their way to always give and be a service to humanity. Let's just not even use it money-wise. Let's use it as far as information. Say I'm a person where I'm coming on YouTube or writing an email every day and I'm just giving away free information, free game. Do you think the universe is not going to replenish that person with an endless reservoir to give away to help humanity? So using myself as an example, I have ideals for probably my rest of my life where I can give you information every day, motivation, inspiration, something, because I'm constantly being replenished. My reservoir is full. My cup runneth over. That's because we give. Anyone who taps into giving, you always will receive. That's a jewel. Please don't let that go over your head, man. Appreciate you, Francis. Appreciate that. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully all that made sense to y'all, man. Oh, you're very welcome, all set. Very welcome. Do what's in your heart and you'll always be taken care of. BJ, always dropping jewels, yo. Always dropping jewels. You feel me? For those my accelerators, you already know what it is, man. BJ be on there working it. Be on there working it, yo. I appreciate y'all dealing with. I know I'm mad congested. I know it sound mad weird. But actually, I feel a lot better than I have been. Appreciate you, social misfit. Appreciate your guidance. I appreciate giving it. Like I tell you, I appreciate your appreciation, yo. You feel what I'm talking about? It was one point where, you know what I mean? And I'm just going to keep it all the way real because I know somebody else is going through this. I remember when I first got on Facebook and first got on just like YouTube and stuff like that, man. Like I remember was like, man, why is nobody listening to me? You feel me? Whenever you start anything, y'all learn about this in the spiritual business accelerator, which I'm doing another cycle of that too. I'll make a whole nother video, but spiritualbizaccelerator.com, because this last one filled up. In fact, I was only going to have 10. I have 12 people in that class. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and do it again. So spiritualbizaccelerator.com. I don't want to talk about it, but if y'all want to do it, that's where to go. But what I'm gonna share with y'all in there, man, is like when at first you feel like nobody's listening to you. Like anybody that started a YouTube channel, anybody that started social media, it feels like nobody's listening to you. I wasn't exempt from that, yo. It was a point where I was like, man, I can't wait for somebody to email me or wait for somebody to tune in. You know what I mean? That the first video they get 100 views and stuff like that. You feel me? But as long as you do stuff from the heart, like I literally came in this game with no motive, no agenda. That's why I resonate with Brother Panic, because he came into the game the same way. I'm just sharing things that work for me. You feel me? That's all I've done throughout my whole career in the public is just sharing things that work for me. That's it. Nothing really that deep. I'm just really telling my story. That's why it's very easy for me to get up here, no notes, and just speak from the heart. I'm just sharing things I feel and sharing things that work for me. And with that, what's going to happen, as long as you're consistent with that, the universe has a way of conspiring and putting people in place. They need something. You have something to offer, so the universe marries y'all. You feel me? That's the secret. Giving away stuff to help people. Y'all probably don't know, but I started out my first website, man. I made 100. I wrote 100 articles before I ever wrote a book. Literally, just wrote articles and gave it away for free. You feel me? So that's the secret of tapping into abundance. It's just giving away things from the heart. I cannot stress that enough. I really need to say it every day because more people need to get on that time. We live in a time now where people just want you to give them. There's so many readers, psychics, teachers. All they want you to do is support them. Man, you want to support me? You need to support me. Hey, go get this. It's all egoic. That's one of my reasons for coming back. Like, I just want to pull skirts, man. All these cats are fugazi to me. I would say if 85% of people are dumb, deaf, and blind, I'll say 85% of the teachers shouldn't be teaching. 85% of the psychic readers are illiterate. That's why I tell y'all, stop getting readings from illiterate people. Ain't no way I wouldn't let these people read a Dr. Seuss book to my kids. These people are crazy, yo. But y'all willingly just pay them hundreds of dollars. Like, tell me about myself. Okay, Oshun is over your head. I don't deal with anybody that's over my head. And if you feel a certain way, that's on you. Ain't nobody over my head. I have Oshun on my altar. She works for me. Ain't nobody over my head. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the way you move, do you? I don't know why you're watching my video. I'm not on that. I'm on a time where you're your own master. Stop following people and follow yourself. These people you're following, they don't even follow themselves. They're dealing with issues in their life they don't want to talk about. You feel me? They can't even keep it real. They got video filter, fake, all that stuff is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is I don't want to come across as a hater, but I got to keep it real, yo. I got to call a spade a spade. These cats seem fugazi to me. I wouldn't trust them, yo. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But you have to listen with your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. Stop getting readings from illiterate people, man. Like somebody like BJ, get a reading from BJ. BJ the blogger, go holler at her. Jazz the medium, go holler at her. That's what I recommend. You feel me? I only recommend me for a reading. I don't do readings. I do consultations. You're not going to schedule a consultation with me and me just tell you about yourself and make you feel good. Yes, you're special. Why you think they do that? You're special. You have gifts. There's something inside you that want to come out. That's with everybody, yo. Everybody is special. Everybody has something to give. Everyone is special. That makes you not special. Don't let that go over your head. Everyone's special. So you ain't special. We all have gifts. We all have talents. We all have skills, yo. Stop letting these people make you feel like you're beneath them. Follow me. I'm going to lead. You can only follow yourself, yo. You ain't listen to nobody. Only take their own advice. Everything I'm telling you, I live. You know what I'm talking about? And I need to say that more because that shows credibility. I listen to my own spirit. I follow my own advice. The information I'm sharing is stuff that I've done. Get that right. Tap in, Kenneth. Tap in. Y'all laugh. I'm dead serious, yo. Dead serious. All these cats are crazy, yo. Wouldn't trust none of these people, man. Y'all trust humans. I trust spirit. Oh, who should I trust? None of them. Who should you trust? Nobody. The end. Now what? Soon when you stop putting your trust and faith in somebody else, guess what you'll do? You'll get off your butt and you'll make it happen. Just like right now, this once again, this might touch somebody in a different way. If you cut off welfare, cut off free whatever from the government, guess what these people would do? They'll get up and make it happen. Now, I'm not saying everyone on welfare don't need to be. I'm saying, though, you don't need to be for the rest of your life unless you have a serious condition. unless you have a serious issue. Most people have a temporary issue. It's just an inconvenience. You feel me? You cut it off. There's somebody right now where you're giving them, you just keep giving it to them. It can be a child, it can be a family member. You just keep giving it. You know, shout out to Saran. She used this. That she has people in her family always asking for something. Now she's like, hey, yo, I want to see W-2s. I want to see pay stubs. I want to see things. Because the more you give somebody, the more they want. You know, my last consultation, or one of my last consultations, the person thanked me like 20 times, yo. I'm exaggerating, but she thanked me like 3 or 4 times before I even opened my mouth. Thank you, Ali, for taking, thank you. I'm like, you paid for a consultation. I am at your service. I work for you. You feel me? But if I took a random person right now and just gave them a free consultation, you know what they'll do? One more thing, Ali. One more thing. It'll be a bunch of one more things. But when I get on the consultation, when somebody pays me, I charge, what, $300 an hour. I get on there, people will tell me when their time is done. People will be like, you know what, Ali, I know my time is done. I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for taking my call today. That's someone who paid me. But when you just give somebody something, they want to take more. Nothing costs more than something that's free. Nothing costs more than something that's free, yo. Once again, some of y'all may not want to hear that. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Y'all need to, or not y'all need to. I just, just need to get to the point where y'all follow yourself, man, where you can recognize that you are not lacking anything, that you're not missing anything, that you don't need anybody, man. It really hurts me to see how people are suffering and they don't have to. You're just dependent on another person to do more for you than what you want to do for yourself. And it's sad. It's sad, yo. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. I don't want to start preaching and yelling. For those who get it, those who get it. For those who don't, you know what I mean? I'm willing that it makes sense eventually. All right. So do I have any other questions? Like I said, I ain't really got. I'm with y'all, man. I ain't got. Not in a super hurry. But yeah, shout out to all y'all. Shout out to everybody donating and sending stuff or whatever. Y'all just saying real talk. I love it. I don't see any questions. But I don't want to just keep talking, yo. BJ said, I'm about to raise my prices. Hey, yo. You want to stop having people use you and take advantage? Stop putting on their readings today, 99 cents a minute and stuff like that. You're just going to get people that's going to tug on your energy. I can't recall the last person I did a consultation with 101 that wasted my time. I'm just keeping it real because I charge an amount where you're not going to just come on here and poo-poo. You're not. No one's going to pay hundreds of dollars to speak to somebody and just go in there and just talk about themselves. I remember when I first started doing consultations, and I was charging like 30 minutes, a half hour, or something like that. I remember literally being on the phone like this, like, golly, person just. Now, when I talk to somebody that really have something going on, I don't want to go into just the examples of people I've spoken with, but they have real issues going on. If you're charging peanuts, don't get mad when you get Charlie Brown coming through. You feel me? That's a bar. You're charging peanuts, don't get mad when Snoopy and Charlie Brown fall through. You feel me? That's what it is. Yep, L9shop.com still in the building. Appreciate that. Glad y'all love it. Yeah, L9shop.com. Yeah, it translates across all industries, Saran. Definitely. Absolutely, yo. I'm not going to get into the seeing the numbers. I made videos talking about seeing repeating numbers. Bracelets are not being restocked. A lot of the items that you can get from Amazon and eBay and stuff like that and Walmart, You know what I'm talking about? Like you can cop that joint on there. I don't want to poo-poo y'all having go shop on my go to my store where you can get an Amazon. They have it shipped to you the same day. You know, something we got our son for solstice. They got lost in transit. It got lost in transit. I literally went on Amazon, bought something to replace it, and it came that same day. I ordered it in the morning and they shipped it that same day. Amazon changed the game. I'm old enough to remember when Walmart came about, how the small mom and pop shops kind of disintegrated. They faded away, faded to black. Shout out to Jay-Z. When Amazon came, now they putting the pressures on everybody. Like eventually Best Buy is going to be gone. You feel what I'm talking about? Certain spots that it's like, damn, they were huge. Think about think about the malls, yo. Like, when's the last time, like, how many, if you live in a city, all your top malls, they're either downgrading, downsizing, or they're not there anymore. You feel what I'm talking about? That's because the economy has changed. And I told myself when I was younger that I would not get old and be like, okay, when I was back in my day, it was like this and that's, man, things change, things evolve. So you can complain like, oh, Amazon shouldn't be doing that and stuff. Like, you just have to evolve. So I said that to say that stuff that you can cop, like the braces and stuff that we were carrying, a lot of stuff that we were carrying, you can cop from other places. And I don't want to have to overcharge where you can just go and get it from somewhere else. But still, some of the hard to find items, like the motivite, the certain herbs and stuff like that, and just the stuff that we make, we're definitely still having the shop, l9shop.com. Honestly, I think I wouldn't say strategically shop, because I can't, in full consciousness, I can't tell somebody to go spend $10 over here with Tom instead of going to spend $5 at Amazon. I can't in consciousness tell people that. But what I recommend and what I do, I would definitely implore you to go to the local coffee shop as opposed to Starbucks, or going to the local bookstore and stuff like that. I would definitely suggest that you shop with the mom and pops and stuff like that. Yeah, Toys R Us, gone. Toys R Us was an iconic staple amongst my generation. Gone, yo. You talking about? You see what I'm talking about? It's crazy, yo. Crazy. Yeah, all the toy stores are gone, yo. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's once again, it's a beautiful day and time, man. Like, y'all might not want to hear this, but and you might want to tune off if you are real, if you get triggered real easily, if you're fragile. But like, in my opinion, we're in the last days. The world as we know it is ending, in my opinion. I live in Ohio. It's it was warm a few days ago where you can wear shorts. But when you look at South Dakota and stuff like that, it was snowing. It's like 19 degrees in South Dakota, but it's like 50 degrees in Ohio. Everything is reverse. And then when they said that, that's showing how the day and age as we know. I'm not saying the world is going away or nothing, but I'm saying what y'all sign up for, the ascension, going to the fifth dimension and stuff like that. In my opinion, these are signs that we're heading towards that. Me personally, I believe I came back into this lifetime in order to see our planet graduate. Not saying everyone's dying. That's not what I'm saying. Please don't mix my words. The planet is changing right in front of our eyes, in my opinion. All right, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, it's a beautiful time in my opinion. Like fifth dimension, why you eventually this planet would not have rapes and murders and racism and just stupid stuff, yo. We got some dumb stuff, man. There's people that's been in spirituality 20 years, but they hate white people. That's weird to me. Been on the metaphysical path 30 years, but you can't deal with homosexuals. That's weird. We need to be more tolerant of things that don't look like us and don't think like us. You feel what I'm talking about? So that's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. I don't see any questions, but if I do a live Q&A tomorrow, y'all don't have some questions. If not, I don't want to come on here. If I do a live Q&A, y'all gonna do it? Yes, Saran, live and let live. What up, Brandon? Be Tobert in the house. Peace to the God, man. Yo, make sure to get on my email list, yo. If you want a free email every day, 9 a.m. without fail, yo, you are getting Ali in your inbox. I would be your spiritual mentor for free. IndraEmail.com. That is that. Besides the accelerator, that's where my energy is. And besides my fourth book, third book, we are halfway through the edits. I am confident it will be out, if not January, early February. In fact, I put on l9shop.com where you can pre-order the book again. That's how confident I am that it's coming out very soon. So l9shop.com, click on books. You can get a pre-order copy if that's what you want to do. If not, just wait. You feel me? But the third book, Ultra Magic Manual, will be done very soon. And then my fourth book, yeah, that's my baby. I'm working on that. Partners, best way to find your person, just be open. It's hard to find somebody if you're not open. And what they tell you, in order to find somebody to love, you need to love yourself first. I'm not going to tell you anything different than what you know. But this is what I will say. Everybody is not meant to be married and have a partner and die and have, everybody's not meant to be married, have kids, and have a white picket fence. They're not. That's where astrology helps you. That's where astrology helps you. Knowing that, like me personally, I've always been a person where I would have to say a serial relationship. I would never was looking for one, but always found myself in a relationship. If you look at my chart, I'm predisposed to always have a partner, always be in a relationship. It is what it is. You feel me? I ain't even gotta leave the crib. I end up shacked up or something. Like it is what it is. And then there's some people who are attractive, they make money, they're about their business, but they seem like they can't keep a partner. Why is that? You feel me? I don't believe we're all meant to be compatible. We're not all meant to have somebody to complete us, quote unquote, which is weird in itself, because you're complete by yourself. You don't need anybody to complete you or make you feel whole. So just I would say be comfortable. If I was a person that wanted a relationship, I would accept the fact that I may not have a relationship, but I would love myself and prioritize myself. So when I did meet a person, they valued me and treated me the way I treat myself, if that makes any sense. 5D is a shift in consciousness and a shift in our planet. I'll just put it like that. Think about your dreams. Think about your dreams. That kind of give you a glimpse into what 5D is. I believe in the fifth dimension, you can think about something and automatically be there. Just like in your dreams, if you think about being in Paris, you're in Paris. I think the fifth dimension is similar to that. I wouldn't teach the law of attraction to kids. I would teach the kids to have a purpose. You're going to attract more when you live your purpose. Fourth book deals with knowing your path, and it deals with spiritual mastery. So the fourth book, my goal of that is to have you have a book where you don't have to feel like you need a teacher or you feel like you need a guide or anything like that. I'm challenging myself to make a book where you know for sure what a spiritual path. Because right now, if somebody told you a spiritual path, what does that mean? For one thing, we're all on the spiritual path. So it's about being consciously on a spiritual path. That's the difference. We're on the spiritual path. The difference between us and maybe like a knuckle drag or somebody else is they're on a spiritual path, but they're not conscious of it. When you're consciously on your spiritual path, you conduct yourself differently. But what is a spiritual path? I looked up, did some research. Nobody's really telling you simply what a spiritual path is. So how can you master something you don't even know what the hell it is? So my fourth book, I'm showing you what the actual spiritual path is, how to master it. What does mastery on a spiritual path look like? And not just from my opinion, but of XYZ, this master, this person that's elevated, you know what I mean? Like it's like that. I don't want to talk about it too much, but the book is crack, yo. Book is crack. And obviously I'm going to share that information on YouTube. So you don't have to get the book. I'm going to share that stuff with you. my accelerator program, definitely you have courses on that. But that's what the fourth book is about. It's going to be, in my opinion, some of my best work. So now y'all know I'm about to get off. So now y'all answer some questions. See nothing wrong with self-publishing. BJ said, healing, focusing on your master or feminine will also help attract a romantic partner. You know, what's your take on mushrooms? That's a bar, by the way. What's your take on mushrooms? Would I take it? I believe my take on anything is like you have to follow your path and do whatever you please. My whole thing is not becoming addicted to these things. That's why I share with y'all one of the reasons. I have many reasons I did a juice fast recently. For one, it's been like, probably a year and a half since I did a fast. But that's one of the ways of showing self-mastery. So I personally believe in not being attached to anything. Anything that you're addicted to causes suffering, because if they get rid of it, this is a perfect example. Peace and blessings be upon them. Dr. Delbert Blair said, you will see walking zombies if they ever shut down the pharmacy, you will see walking zombies. And what he meant by people addicted to their medicines, their pain pills, their prescriptions and stuff like that. Imagine them not being able to get it. Like, just think about that, yo. And this ain't conspiracy. I'm not saying that. But think about it. If they shut down the pharmacy, but yet you were addicted to a medicine or needed a particular medicine, what would happen? What would happen? You're going to see people walking in the street looking like zombies, foaming at the mouth and stuff like that. So me personally, in order to be a master, you have to have mastery over yourself. What's yourself? Mind, body, and soul. So with that, you need to have, in my opinion, you need to be mindful and masterful what you put in your mouth and what comes out of your mouth. That includes your addictions and any vices. So I'm not a person that I don't think, oh, you're spiritual, stop smoking weed. That's not me. You know what I mean? Oh, you're spiritual, stop drinking. That's not me. I believe you can do whatever the hell you want to, but when you become addicted to those substances, then you don't need me to tell you. It's preventing you from living your best potential and preventing you from doing X, Y, Z. So that's the time I'm on. So mushrooms, yeah, that's another cute thing that you can do. I know it's popular right now. DMT was popular at one point. There's going to come a time where shrooms aren't popular. But if that's the path, if you're led to that and want to try it out, then I'm not the one to tell you not to. What I would recommend is not getting addicted to it, feeling like, this is a perfect example. If somebody said they had to smoke before they meditated, you just told your mind you have to smoke before you meditate. Same with my herbs, like Kalia and all of that. You don't have to do none of that in order to tap in. Don't let those physical things become a crutch. Oh, somebody else want to send me some money? Cash App, S. Lee Myers. For that, who asked, I'm not saying you have to send me money. That's for who asked for my Cash App. Hey, congratulations, Billion. Said been sober for 5 years. Definitely. Yeah, I believe in moderation, yo. I don't believe in, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, my best diet is when I'm consuming, fish, fruits, vegetables, and nuts. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to have a milkshake or something like that. You feel me? Like, I just believe in you should do things in moderation. Don't be attached to anything. I don't have Venmo. Yeah, I don't have Venmo. Just Cash App, yo. Just Cash App. Yeah, if you stop smoking trees, you will recall your dreams more, yo. Anybody telling you otherwise, they haven't stopped. You feel me? Yeah, don't let anybody tell you, man. Why you think there's a thing called a drunken master? Look it up. Highly enlightened master that drinks. Or you see an ancient yogi smoking a bogey or a cigarette, my bad. Y'all here talking like we kicking on like y'all know the lingo. You'll see like a heightened Tai Chi master, or heightened martial arts master. They're smoking a bogey, smoking a cigarette. You feel me? You know? Like I'm not one to tell somebody what not to do. But what I would suggest, based on my experience and based on people that are wiser and older than me, attachments. Addiction leads to attachments. Attachments can cause suffering. Very clear. What info would you give someone before they open their first eye? I wouldn't give them any info. I think that's going to predispose them and make them think they're supposed to see this or they're supposed to see that. I wouldn't tell them anything. I would tell them to share something with me that they pick up. Excuse me. Somebody said definitely seen monks smoking. That's what I'm saying, man. Like the look of spirituality, and this was one of my email, I want to say yesterday or something, like the look of spirituality is different, yo. An example I use in the email, if you look up ancient saints, you don't see them dressed in a certain garb, wearing their clothing in a certain way. But if you fast forward now, you can't even make out who's spirit. If y'all see me on the block and I got on a hoodie like this, you'll be like, man, this dude is just a regular dude. You feel me? I'm not saying I'm not regular, but you know, I would consider myself on the spiritual path, hard body, consciously on the spiritual path, and at this point I've helped other people on their spiritual path. So I wouldn't consider myself regular in that sense. So what you have can be deceiving. You feel me? There's certain people where they might look slow. I know of a battle rapper, I don't want to say his name, but dude look kind of slow. But if you listen to him talk, dude's very intelligent. You feel what I'm talking about? He's very intelligent. So what you wear, how you look and stuff like that, man, that's a facade. That's a facade, yo. Yeah, Brandon said balance is the key, and balance is going to look different for everybody. Because me personally, I like, and I'm not saying you're saying this, Brandon, but sometimes people will be like, man, balance, you need balance or whatever. I personally don't believe in that. Like, say you need to get something done, and for 3 weeks you need to become tunnel vision, where you may not be spending that much time with the family. You may not be working out as much as you were, or meditating as much. But say during that 3 weeks you produce something that benefited all of humanity. Say it was writing a book. Say it was a class, a high level class. Say it was a juicing program. I mean, say whatever. And after you got done going full gusto for them 3 weeks, you were able to get quote unquote more balance. By you being imbalanced, by focusing on that mission, you were able to produce something that helped other people. And without that tunnel vision, you may not have been able to do that. So balance is going to be different for everyone, is my point. All right. So that's what it is, y'all. I'm gonna end it there. Appreciate everybody for coming through, listening to me rant for what, hour and a half or whatever. Remember, indraemail.com. That is where you need to go if you want a free email every day that's going to motivate you, inspire you, or entertain you and educate you. Indraemail.com. Sending an email every day. In my opinion, that's the best thing that I can offer you for free, is where I'm giving you something every morning, every 8 a.m. without fail. Ask people on here, yo, every morning at 9 a.m., yo, you get your email. You feel me? Every morning you get your email. Shout out to everybody sending me money still. You feel what I'm talking about? But 9 a.m. that email goes out, and man, I don't want to brag, but hey, everybody opening the email, yo. The email open rates are ridiculous. I think the standard for industry is like 17% or something like that. We way beyond that. So y'all are opening the email, and the way I am, if I see what I'm doing is helping somebody, I will continue to do it. So I may do this for the rest of my life, send an email every morning. You feel me? So that's what it is, y'all. I don't want to talk y'all to death anymore. Until next time, y'all. Peace.